Hello, and welcome to Darren's Notebook, a channel for me to share my life one post at a time. And for the first episode, I am going to be giving you guys a tour of my Studio Ghibli themed life planner made with Notion. And before we start, please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and please do look forward to more content in the future. And I appreciate you guys, and without further ado, let's begin. So for my homepage, it is themed after my neighbor Totoro, and the first line here, you'd see a little quote from Princess Mononoke, and below that, we have two little widgets from Indify.co. One shows the weather for the week in my area, and another is a little life progress bar to keep track of the year, the month, the week, and so on and so forth. And the most important part here for the homepage is, of course, the little sections I have in my life planner, namely life, academics, and studio. So first, let us go over the life section. So here for the life section, this is for personal use. It's not for school, it's not for anything YouTube or Instagram related. It is simply for personal use. And here for the first line, we have a quote from Kiki's delivery service. And on the left column, we have my little navigation, important, and random areas. And for the middle, we have a little bunny gif and the soundtrack of Howl's Moving Castle for added decoration. And to the right, we have my profile, social media, and daily routine areas. And I shall be going over each one. So for the navigation area, these give quick links to other sections in my life planner, which are Darren's Life Center or the homepage, academics, and the studio. Below the navigation area comes the important area. Under the important area are pages that I use on a day-to-day basis, so let's go over them. The first one is my goals. So self-explanatory. It's a list of the goals I have in different aspects of my life, namely personal, academic, spiritual, and my hobbies. The second page under the important area is my journal. And here it is currently empty as I am still slowly getting into the practice of journaling, and I have tried to make a few handwritten entries, although I do personally prefer to type them out because I am more comfortable with typing, honestly. And here I have a little template to use for journaling, so whenever I feel like journaling, I can just duplicate this template and then fill in the information as necessary. The third part of my important area is my habit tracker, and this is an idea that I've got from the book Atomic Habits. So how this works is that in the first column, you list down a bunch of habits that you would like to practice on a daily or frequent basis, and then beside that, you put a checkbox, and whenever you're done performing a certain habit, you simply check off the box just to make sure that you know you are done performing a certain habit. And it's really helpful to monitor your progress with performing habits, and it's also a really great and easy way to try and build up good habits that you've been wanting to practice but you couldn't really seem to get a proper head start. Now, below the important area is, of course, the random area. These are things that aren't used as much compared to the pages under the important area, so let's go over them as well. So the first part is, of course, the reading list. I am into books, and I thought that this would be a little cute idea for my life planner. And on the top left part, we have this little widget here. It's a counter of how many books I've read for the year and in the middle, top middle, we have my wish list of books that I would like to buy in the future. And on the right, we have a list of the favorite books that I've read so far. And below the counter wish list and favorite books is the actual reading list. So in the first column, I basically write down the title of the book, and then for the second column, I write down the author. And then for the third column, I can select the progress of me reading the certain book. And after reading the book, I would proceed to the fourth column, which is rating. So I could either give the book 1 star, 2 stars, 3, 4, and 5 stars respectively, depending on how much I like the said book. Now, below the different areas and pages that we went through so far come this little weekly personal planner. So here, what's cool about this is that it has different sections for each day throughout the week, and it already has a set amount of to-do boxes that I can easily add or remove. And below the main tasks come a priorities section for weekly priorities, and also an upcoming event section just to keep up with events that might happen throughout the week. And whenever I am done with a certain week, I would select all of these elements, and then I would put them into a toggle list, and then I would put it under this weekly planner archive that we have at the bottom. And after that, I can press this little button titled Start a New Week, and it will basically duplicate this little setup that we have going on right now, or this little template. Now that we are done with this little live section, we can now proceed to academics. Now, for academics, this is themed after Spirited Away, and the first line, of course, comes with a little quote from The Cat Returns. And then on the left column, we have a navigation system and a subjects area, which is still to be customized, but basically it would contain a list of my classes, and then I would have them as sub-pages so that I can have little areas for each of my subjects. In the middle, we have a little image from Whisper of the Heart, and on the right, we have the soundtrack for Spirited Away. Below this, we have my class schedule, and I still have to customize this as well once I get my schedule. And whenever I am done with a certain class for the day, I can tick off the class just to monitor my progress and see how close I am to finishing the day or how many classes I've taken so far. Below the class schedule is my weekly academic planner with the same format as my weekly personal planner. So that is it for my academic section, and now let us move to the final section, which is the studio. Now, the studio is for all things related to my YouTube channel and related to my Instagram page. So, first line, we have a quote, and then on the left column, we have a navigation system and an uncategorized area. And then in the middle, we have a soundtrack from Kiki's Delivery Service. And then on the right, we have my content calendar and content master list for both my YouTube channel and my Instagram page. Now, under the uncategorized area on the left is my idea dump page. Now, this idea dump is basically for me to list down ideas that I have for content, and they are categorized under study-related content, productivity-related content, and life-related content. So please do look forward to the ideas here shown. And now let us go over my content calendar and content master list. Now, both of these do have the same format. However, I would be checking the one for YouTube for this video. Now, for the content calendar, this has a calendar database, a regular calendar, and I am going to use this to keep track of my upload schedule as well as videos that I've uploaded in the past. So, whenever I would like to upload a video on a certain day, I can easily write it down on the calendar, and that's pretty much how this content calendar works. For the content master list, this is a table database, and the first column is for me to write down the title of the video, and then for the second column, it's for me to track my progress, whether I have started it or, well, not started it, recorded it, edited it, finalized, and published a certain video. For the third column, it's basically for me to track when I uploaded that certain video. And for the fourth column, it explains the type of content shown. So for YouTube, it's either a video or a shorts. And for Instagram, it's either a reel or an actual photo post. Below this area comes my weekly content planner, except it does not have the priorities and upcoming events section. So that ends my little Notion tour. So I hope that you enjoyed, and also I would be linking some of my reference videos down in the description, aka the inspiration videos that I have got for this Notion setup. So do check them out as well. And thank you for having time to watch. Stay safe, and until the next time, goodbye.